Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video, we are going to be breaking into the top 5 best customizable vehicles in Grand Theft Auto Online. This is pretty simple. It means cars that you can turn from looking pretty basic into incredibly epic. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. And we can see the first vehicle in the number 5 position, which is the Dominator ASP. We got a stock Dominator next to me, and this is the fully kitted out version. We can see that there is a crazy amount of upgrades and different things that you can put on this vehicle. To upgrade this vehicle, you can bring it to any Los Santos Customs, and you will have all the upgrades unlocked. It's not like a Benny's vehicle where you need to bring it to a specific shop to get the upgraded features. So there are a lot of options. 15 bumper options, all very unique. 14 rear bumpers. So just alone there, we got about 30 options. Then we got a couple exhausts. I'll be honest, the exhausts aren't great on this car, but that's made up for the fact that you have fenders that you can put on the car. Absolutely amazing. You have hood catches. You have 26 different hood options, ranging from GT hoods to racing hoods to vented hoods. There are many, many different options there. Then you can do the interior, which I haven't even upgraded on this car. We can fully kit out this interior to do a carbon dash strip. Then we can do different dials, which why not? And then we can make our way over to doors and change out the door panels and the seats. We obviously have a bunch of different liveries, which all look absolutely fantastic and suit the car in many different ways. You go down, you got some louver options, which not only cover the glass, but also cover the lights on the back, which is absolutely epic. We've got mud guards, which we can change the color of as well. We've got roof designs. We've got skirts, and there's a lot of different skirts, as we can see. We got 24 different spoiler options, which I think all look great, to be honest. We got sun strips. There are so many different things that you can do to this vehicle. It's actually kind of insane. And I think this is a pretty good example on why it is one of my favorite customizable cars in the game. It's not the best on handling, especially in the tuners category. It's kind of middle of the road. But I definitely think it is one of the best looking tuners cars in the game, just because of how much you can change about it. I could make this car any color and it would look amazing. I could do so many different tunes and you'd think they're completely different builds. So that is why the Dominator ASP makes it into the number 5 position. In the number 4 position, we arrive to the Nero and the Nero Custom. This here is the Nero. It's a really nice looking car. It's sleek, it's got speed. I actually really like this vehicle, especially the interior. Rockstar did a super good job making it high detailed. However, the Nero Custom takes this vehicle to a whole new level. The amount of customization this vehicle features is insane, and the car looks absolutely incredible. The Nero Custom is a vehicle that, when it first came out, I actually didn't love too much, but the more I've had it in my garage, and the more time I've been able to mess around with it, the more I've come to appreciate just how nice this car is. A lot of the vehicles nowadays don't even get close to the level of customization paired with speed that this vehicle features for how old it is. To fully customize the Nero, you're going to have to make your way over to Benny's. You're going to purchase the custom variant of this car, and once you've done that, you have a bunch of different upgrade options that you're able to do. Now, the funny thing about the Nero is that you don't have that many actual options to change the look of the vehicle once you've done the custom look. But there are still a lot of different ways that you can change the color of this vehicle. You can change the overall design to completely suit your needs. So as we can see, we got a couple different bumper options. They mainly change the color, but they still look really nice. We got some rear bumper options, again, changing the color. And we got some canards, just in case you want to throw them on the car. I personally like the secondary color because it matches really well with this super ultra light blue. We got some door changes we can do here, which obviously changes the I guess, outer ring on the door. You can make it carbon, you can do secondary, primary. Looks really nice. We got some fender options. You can see on the front we got the little vents that you can remove. I like the vents on, so I'm going to keep them there. I think they look really nice. You can also change the engine block, which is really cool. Having that engine block being customized on its color is epic, because when you're driving the car, you can very clearly see it from the back. You got some grille options if you want to change the overall color there. And then we make our way to the hood. Now, to be honest, there's not much for the hood. You got some accessories, being like canards, and you got one hood option. You can do a carbon panel, or you can leave it blank. I actually think the carbon panel looks fantastic. I just like the fact that liveries show up when it's not carbon, so that's why I've left it there. You have a lot of interior options. We can see we got the stock dash, and then you can do the carbon race interior. You've got doors, you've got seats, we've got steering wheels that we can change. My favorite part about the interior of this car is the fact that you have a digital speedometer, so you can see exactly how fast you're going. You have roll cages if that's what you want to put on the vehicle. Then you have a bunch of livery options, and this car has fantastic liveries going for it, as we can see, so no complaints there whatsoever. The liveries are amazing. We got some roof accessories that we can put on the vehicle. You got a roof design. You can change the entire top to carbon. We can get a good look at the engine here as well. As you can see, it's so nice that you can actually see the engine in the vehicle. You got a lot of spoiler options, and each one of them is unique and completely different. We got the stock spoiler, which looks fantastic. And then we also have the mid-level spoiler. I kind of like that one. We got the mid-level, which I have. And then we can do a huge pro race level GT spoiler. A lot of different options there. You got the wheel types. And as you can see, this vehicle also comes with really cool stock rims. So the Nero is an interesting car. On paper, it doesn't have that much in terms of the customization, but with the liveries, with the spoilers, and with the overall design of this car, it's just amazing for customizing, and that's why it's going in today's list. What if I told you that both of these vehicles behind me are the exact same car? The only difference is that one of them was brought to Benny's and converted into the custom variant. We can see that there are definitely similarities between the design, and obviously both of these are based off of the Charger, but man, do I love the Gauntlet Classic Custom. This is personally my favorite muscle car in the game, and it easily is in my top 5 favorite cars of all time in Grand Theft Auto Online. I mean, just look at it. The spoiler on the back alone is an absolute 10 out of 10. And when you pair that with all the different options, you have 14 different front bumpers, which is surprising judging that it's just a nose cone that you're able to change so many things on. You have a bunch of different rear bumpers, which is actually pretty rare. We got some aerials that we can put on the vehicle, like a little, as we can see, an antenna. We got a rear cover. You can change the actual color of it. Really cool. You got a roll cage that you can put inside the car if you want to do a roll cage, make it kind of like a stock car. Let's do a roll cage. Why not? We can do sun strips. I really like that orange sun strip on the top. Then obviously we have exhausts, and there are 11 different exhaust options. You can do rear exhaust, or you can go to the side and do exhaust. And notice how where the rear exhausts were, Rockstar cut out those little slits, which is super nice. Some of the older cars, the exhaust slots are still there even when you put side exhausts on, and it looks really ugly. That is not the case for this vehicle. We have a crap ton of fender options, which we can see here, all of which look amazing. We have headlight covers. You can actually change the headlights themselves, which again is so nice. We got nose accessories that we can put on the front. We got hood catches. We got 13 different hood options, from massive oval intake bud catchers to obviously all these different designs. You can even change. I mean, it's just awesome. I'm kind of speechless because of how many different customization options this vehicle has. Then again, you have the interior, which you can fully kit out. Kind of not my favorite interior, but still the fact that you can mess with all these things are really nice. You got liveries, all of which are fantastic because they're based off of the NASCAR style liveries, so no complaints at all from me there. We got some carbon roof, vinyl roof if you want to do that. Not my personal cup of tea, but a lot of different options. We got so many different skirts. We got a bunch of different splitters. That's a weird splitter there, not gonna lie. But yeah, bunch of different splitter options. We got 18 different spoilers. I'm gonna be honest, if you don't go for the big ol' spoiler, I don't know what to say, you're kind of lame. But yes, there are a bunch of different spoiler options for this car. The others of which are pretty lame, to be completely honest. And you do have a wheelie bar if you want to put that on the back. I think it's kind of pointless. We also got window plates on the back, which is really cool. This vehicle just has an insane amount of customization going for it, and anybody that buys this car will have a completely unique one to themselves compared to other people around them, which just makes this an absolute dub. We arrive at a fan favorite. This is the Elegy Retro Custom, and I mean, it's just amazing. Obviously, it's based off a Skyline, GTR, and how can you not like this vehicle? Everybody likes this car. And we can see the original variant here. This is the Elegy RH8, which you can actually get for absolutely free, obviously based off the Nissan GTR. Both of these cars are actually honestly amazing, and I hope that Rockstar gives the Elegy RH8 the love it deserves. Give it some new liveries, give it some new customization, because it really kind of needs it. But wow, the Elegy Retro Custom has some of the most customization out of any vehicle available in the game. We can take a look, and you can see there are a bunch of different bumper options that give you a lot of different capabilities. We got a couple different rear bumpers, which are huge. We got bumper accessories like bumper meshes, which changes the front design. We got intercoolers, which you can only see if you obviously remove the mesh. We can see here, then I can change the intercooler, put fans or whatever I want. Really, really cool. We're just going to do none, however, because I actually like the mesh being in the front. Then we move over here. We got headlight trims, which is cool if you want to remove your headlights for some reason. You got a door trim. We got a couple fender designs. You can kind of do a wide body, as we can see, where the vehicle's back kind of protrudes out, which is really, really cool. You've got exhaust options, which are crazy. There's so many different exhaust options. However, little annoying, you can see that the exhaust port does actually get protruded out there, which I'm not the biggest fan of. So that's why I am sticking with a double exhaust. We got some grille designs, not too much customization, but it's nice that you can still actually change that. We got 13 different hood designs, which all are very different. We got a bunch of carbon options, and then we also have the same variants, but this time without carbon. I really like the double vented hood. Performance hood is the one I personally went with. Duct hood looks really nice. Just a lot of different super cool things there. You got trim design. As we can see, this is a fully kitted out race interior, which is amazing from the basic dash, so it looks amazing there. You got doors, you've got seats that you can change, steering wheel, you can change the light color. I usually recommend to go with something bright, that way you can actually read the speed that your car is going. You've got a bunch of liveries. Obviously, all the liveries are great when it comes to this car, some of which are quite known for a certain movie. Then you make your way down, you got some roof designs, bunch of different actual roof customization, you got roof spoilers, you got skirts, and obviously everybody's favorite category, 21 spoiler options. Tarmac Attack is absolutely insane. Definitely one of my favorite spoilers. Then you got the Extreme Street Racer, you got the Extreme Time Attack. I mean, there are so many different spoiler options, and they just, you know, monstrously changed the overall customization. It's a lot. There are a lot of options to choose here, and because of that, the Elegy RH8 really is amazing. Plus, it's one of the fastest cars in acceleration, which makes it just really fun to mess around with and drive in. So, highly, highly, highly recommend to mess around with this vehicle. Definitely worth the purchase. And finally, we arrive at the Itali GTB Custom, which is my favorite looking car in all of Grand Theft Auto Online. I mean, look at this vehicle. I know some people out there might not love the colors I've designed for this vehicle, but it looks insane. And this is what the base GTB is. I mean, you can see there is a huge difference. It's wider, it's got a big old wing on the back. You can't see the rear design, but there is a huge change in the rear design as well. This car's fast, it goes 127 miles per hour. It's got decent lap time, fantastic grip. It's amazing in that category. Plus, it's all-wheel drive, which means you're not even going to have to worry about grip. When it comes to customization, this is the most customizable car in the game. That's my opinion. Look at how many different options you have for the bumpers, and look at how much it changes the design of each bumper. There's not a single car in the game that I think has this many different bumper designs. And sure, I don't like all of them, but the fact that there are this many options means that there will be some people out there that do like them that can put them on. We got a couple different rear diffuser options, which are really cool. Again, very unique. We got some exhaust options. Not gonna lie, don't really love this weird exhaust there. Some of them are kind of awkward, but still, a lot of options. We got fenders. We can get it wide body. We can get vented over fenders, rounded over fenders. Then we got stock rear fender, or we can make it thick. Like, look how thick we can make the fenders on this vehicle. In fact, I'm not sure why I don't have that fender on the car. Honestly, I don't know. I'm gonna put that fender on. That looks absolutely epic. We got hood And I mean, there are so many different hood options. We got 14 in total, and each hood is completely different, as we can see. We got the large vent hood. Then we got kind of like the Coquette style hood that's definitely taken just from a Coquette. Then we got triple vented hood, street racer, extreme racing, ultra racing. So many different hoods that are very, very unique. We got a couple different dash options that you can go for. Again, we got a digital speedometer, which is really nice. We got a lot of really cool liveries, which are obviously fantastic. I wish there were more liveries for this vehicle, but thankfully the ones that the car does have are pretty sweet as it is. Got a couple different roof designs. You can get a carbon stripe. You can get a couple different options there, which is pretty cool. We got some skirts, which aren't anything insane, but still a lot of different skirts options. And then we got the spoilers, and this car's got a lot of funky ones. You got the tuner wing, you got the custom body. I actually really like that one. This one too, the exotic sharp wing, looks epic. We got custom secondary, we got secondary exotic sharp, lot of different spoilers here, all super duper unique. I love tarmac attack, gives you much better grip. We also got race suspension, we got turbo, wheel type, doesn't really matter. This vehicle has some of the most unique customization when it comes to the front bumper, when it comes to everything on this car. And when you pair that with the fact that it's already one of the nicest looking cars in the game, and yeah, the Itali GTB Custom, in my opinion, is the nicest looking car in Grand Theft Auto Online. I believe it features some of the best customization available, and while not everybody will agree, and obviously there will be options that I've missed out on, I wanted to put the Dinka RT3000, and I even wanted to put the Stay Near Police Interceptor, because that is a lot of customization, but I just feel like this had to be my #1 slot, as I love the car. It's so nice, and it's really fast, as you can see. So I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.